Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great day. It is hump day, y'all. We are almost to the weekend. While you are here, go ahead and show your girl some love by liking the video and hitting subscribe if you are feeling the vibe. Those interested in remote work, I am going to link my personal channel in the comments below. I have vlogs, story time, and I post remote jobs weekly. So I'll post that in the comments below. Today's video, we are back on the witchcraft / spells / spooky stories. Y'all already know, since y'all like that the most, I'm going to continue to give you guys that content. Now, even though I was going to do like I usually do and do a compilation, this is going to be one video that is like 23 minutes long, so there was not a need for the other videos because this takes up pretty much all of those put together. This story is so good, y'all. It's a story about how witchcraft can affect your children. You do not want to miss this, so go ahead and watch it and we'll just do a short commentary at the end. Also, guys, before it starts, you may want to turn your phone up a little bit. I do have the volume of the video up as loud as it can go, but she does talk a little soft, so you might want to turn your phones up just in case.
Hi TikTok, it's your girl Rosie. I am back with another story time. As y'all know, my platform is a platform where I tell you guys stories about witchcraft, tell you guys about the consequences that come with it, but I also highlight the mercy, the grace, and the love of God. Today's story is for you guys, you lovely ladies and gentlemen that love to do these love potions, love witchcraft, love magic on people. Personally, that type of magic is the worst. You know, our own creator God refused to take our own will. When you do that type of witchcraft, you're essentially taking somebody's will. And that type of witchcraft has major consequences, and it will create a generational curse. And this story is going to explain why. We're going to call the lady Ashley. We're going to call her 9-year-old Laura. We're going to call her 4-year-old Lily. We're going to call the gentleman in this story Logan. And my daughter gave me all these names because y'all know I hate giving names because I end up getting confused or I end up forgetting the names. But anyways, Ashley was once married, recently divorced. Her ex-husband, really good dude. Back home, they don't have like child support or like spousal support. But because Ashley and her ex-husband, they knew each other. They've known each other since they were kids. And she's the one that helped him make all this money. So he basically told her, I'm going to take care of you. And he did exactly that. So Ashley was very well off. Ashley is in her mid-40s. And she has a best friend. We're going to call her best friend Carrie. Carrie and Ashley, super cool. When Ashley throws get-together party, Carrie's there. When Carrie throws get-together or parties, Ashley's always there. This one time, Carrie decides to throw a humongous party. And she invites all her family members from different parts of the world, some from different countries. I can't remember what I was told the party was for, but it was a major event. And so Ashley and her kids go to this party. And when they get to this party, a couple minutes or whatever time it was, this gentleman walks in, Logan. Logan is one of those guys, super good looking. He's one of those guys, I wouldn't call him smart, but I would call him a finesser. One of those guys that when he walks in a room, he demands respect. You know, everybody wants to hear him out. And instantly, the minute that Ashley saw Logan, she was like, super duper crushy on him. And mind you, Logan is about 19, 20. Ashley is like mid 40s. I want to say 45-ish. What ends up happening is that whole party, Ashley and Logan are like chit-chatting nonstop. And I personally think that the neighbor, Carrie, might have told Logan that Ashley has money. So Logan knew exactly what he was doing. They switched numbers. A couple days later, they're talking, hanging out, yada, yada, yada. And they start sleeping together. And here's the problem about sleeping with somebody. As we know, we women, like I was saying, we all know that we women give sex to get love, and some men give love to get sex. At this point, Ashley's taking really good care of this guy. Whatever he wants, you know, she bought him a car, all that. You know, it came to a point where like he was getting money from her so she can take care of other women, taking women on dates, on trips and all that. And Ashley got fed up. Ashley's trying to turn this 19-year-old boy into a husband / stepfather, but he's not ready for that position. So what does Ashley decide to do? She decides to go to a witch. She tells the witch, hey, I need a strong potion that's going to help this man stay in line. The witch tells her, I got you. And the witch tells her, I need you to come back when it's that time of the month. Bring me that substance, put it in a jar or whatever, put it in something and bring it to me. As she goes back home, waits for the time where that monthly of hers starts, and she does exactly that. She takes it to that witch. As y'all know, I never ask questions or details about what they do because I'm a Christian, and also because I think that some people on this app or any other app are crazy enough to try some of these stuff. So I just don't ask any of that question. But anyway, so the witch is done doing her 1, 2, 3. The witch tells her, you need to put this in his food. Yes. She puts it in his food, and instantly it starts working. This man is like madly in love with her. He's becoming a little controlling, but I wouldn't say it's bad, in the beginning. But because what she did was a blood covenant, here's where the problem is. He's so in love with her and only craves her. What ends up happening is years down the line, at this point, Ashley is like gearing more into her 50s, and Ashley's daughter is getting older. She's in her teens. And because what she did was a blood covenant, Ashley's daughter has the same blood that Ashley has. I don't know why I keep saying the BLOOD. I know that TikTok is a little funny, but the daughters have the same BLOOD. What ends up happening is the Logan finds himself very attracted to them. One night, the two kids are sleeping. Ashley's knocked out. Ashley and her dude then had some drinks. He goes upstairs. He does the unthinkable to the oldest kid, and he continues to do it until he gets bored and he starts doing it to the youngest. And what ends up happening is Laura, the oldest, starts having a lot of problems. We're talking about she's like, sneaking out, anger issues. She like I was saying, he continues to do this. And the sad part is, the daughter didn't want to tell her mom because number one, she thought that her mom wouldn't believe her. Number two, she saw how happy her mom was, and Logan had told her that if she says something, he's going to deny it, and most likely the mom's going to believe him, and also he promised not to do anything with the youngest one. But at that point, he was already doing it. And again, Ashley is always drinking, so she's always gone. I honestly think that he must have been putting something in her wine. I don't know. But things continue that way to where her daughter is having a lot of demonic attacks. Personally, I'm going to tell you guys something. I hate having to bring my own life story to it, but people that have been through that type of abuse, the enemy tends to use us for distraction. Majority of us end up being hypersexual. Majority of us end up having a lot of mental problems, and it's kind of like we have a sign on our forehead that says, take advantage. And that's exactly what her teen was going through. Her teen was sneaking out the house. At this point in her mind, she's like, this other man did this to me. I'm going to do what I want to do. And while she's going through all that, she's having, so I don't want to spoil the story for y'all, but the person that ends up telling this whole story is the teen. So the teen Laura talks about how, after that dude took advantage of her, that she started having demonic encounters where like she was having an incubus spirit, a spiritual husband, come and lay with her every night. She said that she'd be in like a sleep paralysis mood or whatever, and she would see this tall demonic being come into her room and take advantage of her. It was every night. She would try to tell her mom about that being. Her mom would be like, oh, it's your imagination. You got to stop watching movies like that. Her mom wasn't a Christian, so she didn't understand it. And her mother was so far gone over this guy that her kids were their last thing on her mind. Anyways, and I personally think that Logan, do I think that he was like a finesser? Yes. But do I think that her doing what she did to him brought this demon out of him that caused him to do what he did to those kids? Yes, 100%. things got so bad. Lauren got so tired. Lauren eventually told her dad what happened. Her dad tries to talk to the mother. The mother won't listen. The mother denies it. He would never do that to them. Yada, 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 yada. He just wouldn't. And the most weird part about all of this, Lauren said that, I was saying another thing is, Lauren said that every time Logan would do what he was doing to her, that especially when he was like super like under the influence, that it always felt like it wasn't him. When she's just there, like laying there looking at him, like gross, disgusted, that she could see in his eyes that this was a whole different demon in him. And that there were plenty times where he would be saying things under his breath, weird things. It sounded like he was chanting. And I personally think that these were like the demons within him that, like, I don't know, y'all. When I heard this story, y'all, this pissed me off, y'all. It made me so angry. Anyways, let me continue. Sorry, y'all, I received the call. That's why I was like looking out of space. But I'm also in the restroom because we're still on vacation and it's a little loud in my room. But anyways, like I was saying, this story really pissed me off because of the mother's selfish desires. Excuse me. Her kids are the one paying the price. Anyways, at this point, Laura ends up telling her dad everything. The dad confronts the ex-wife. The ex-wife denies everything. She's like, oh, these kids, they're lying, yada, yada, yada. So the dad ends up, filing documents to be, to have her kids, to have his kids. And at this point, they only know that Laura is the one that was taken advantage of until the dad speaks to Lily, asks Lily, like, hey, what happened? Lily at first denies it until eventually she tells the dad, yes, the same thing happened to me. He told me that if I said something, something bad was going to happen to y'all. And she was a child when this started. And Lily also tells the dad and Laura and the police that the same thing happened to her, as far as like when he would do what he was doing, he would be chanting and saying some weird stuff. Anyways, at this point, the dad takes Lily and Laura. He's the one raising them, but Laura still has a lot of demonic oppression. When I tell you, Laura's an adult right now, right? Laura went through so much. We're talking about so much. Was used and, everything. She did things that she wasn't proud of. Just unfortunate things. And I don't even want to get into details about those stuff, just because I think that that's not the point of the story. But the worst part about this was Laura said that what hurt her the most was that, number one, her mom didn't believe her. Number two, the demonic torment that she dealt with. This girl said that it was every night where she was having dreams where somebody was taking advantage of her. She was hearing stuff. She was seeing stuff like nonstop. She was on different type of medication because they thought it was mental problems. Because a lot of us, let me not say y'all, a lot of us, when we tell people what's wrong, what we're seeing, what we're hearing, people like to diagnose us with, oh, you have this, you have that, when a lot of times it's spiritual. And it got so bad that none of her medications were working. Nothing seemed to work. Nothing seemed to work. The knocking, the doors shutting and opening in her room, the constant demonic dreams, the sleep paralysis, all that continued until one time the dad. So at this point, the kids are living with the dad. Laura is wild. Until one day, Laura is like bawling, crying, and she's sitting downstairs. Her dad is super wealthy, sitting downstairs. I wouldn't say, downstairs, like on the steps, and she's crying. And one of the house helper is talking to her, trying to like console her. And usually in a lot of like African homes, we grew up with like house helpers, and a lot of house helpers are taught not to enter people's businesses. But the house helper, she just kept hearing the Holy Spirit tell her, go talk to her, go find out what's wrong. Because the house helper has seen Laura being in and out the house when she's running away, when she's sneaking out, or when they're taking her into like mental hospitals. So she finally sits down with her and she talks to her. Laura just holding everything in, kind of has like the diarrhea of the mouth, and tells her everything. Tells her everything that's happened. At this point, Laura doesn't know that the mom did that witchcraft to try and keep this man. She just tells her what Logan did to her. And that's when the house helper realizes that this is spiritual. This is not no, physical problem, mental problem, emotional problem. Yes, that has something to do with that. But like I always tell you, what happens to you physically is a manifestation of what has occurred spiritually. So in order for me to fix this physically, I need to fix it spiritually. And that's exactly what the house helper figured out. The house helper tells Laura, if I introduce you to my pastor and his wife, would you talk to them? Would you tell them exactly what you told me? Laura's a little hesitant. The house helper is like, what do you have to lose at this point? You've gone from doctor to doctor. You've taken medicine to medicine. These sleep paralysis. I hear you screaming every night. Like, what do you really have to lose? Laura talks to her dad, tells her dad, hey, I'm going to go to church with this house helper. The dad's not a Christian either. The dad throws a fit about it. The dad's like, no, I don't want you to go, to go with this house helper, because the church that she was going to go to is a church in the village. The dad was like, I don't trust people out there. They know you have money. What if something happens to you? Laura is like, Dad, I trust her. She's good people. She's taking care of us. I don't think she'll put me in harm's way. So the dad sends Laura, the house helper, a driver, and another man to go with them, kind of like protection. They go to the village, to a village church, and they pray for Laura. They put this girl through deliverance. And the manifestation that this girl had was wild. The things that were coming out of her, the things she was spitting out, her thing was, she complained a lot about always having abdominal pain. And I dealt with stuff like that, because everything Laura has dealt with, I dealt with too. As far as like sleep paralysis, dealing with a spiritual husband, incubus spirits, and waking up feeling like I was taken advantage of. It was bad. Everything. So I know it's real. And I would have random abdominal pain after, having an encounter in the night with those spirits and demons. Anyways, Laura complained about having abdominal pain. The pastor and his wife are praying for her. They literally shut everything down, and they closed her in, and they just started praying. She's manifesting. Eventually, at this point, she's tired. She's laid out. And when the last demonic spirit leaves, the house helper told her later on that the demonic scream that came out of her was something that she had never heard before. When she got up, the pastor told her, you need to talk to your mom. Your mom did something that she wasn't supposed to do. Your mom entered the spiritual realm illegally, and because of her selfish wants and needs, whatever happened to you is due to your mom. Talk to your mom. At this point, Laura's an adult, right? Laura goes to her mom, confronts her mom about it, tells her mom, hey, I'm here because I want to forgive you for not believing me, for the way you treated us, the way you picked this guy over us. But if there's something you need to tell me, please tell me. The mother refused to say a word. The mother was like, what are you talking about? Oh, you become one of those girls that is all of a sudden a cuckoo, a part of like a cult, a cult. The mom's like going off on her. Laura is begging her mom, if there's something that you have to tell me, please tell me. Excuse me out. Anyways, mother refuses to say anything. Laura tells her mom, I'm leaving, I forgive you, and I know you're lying to me, I know that something happened. Laura leaves, and in her mom's life, her mom's going through it. This man is still cheating on her. Besides cheating on her, he's cheating on her, but yet controlling over her, and he starts her really bad, to where like people around her notice that she's wearing makeup to cover. They know that things are not right, but because she is so in love with this guy, I don't understand, she won't leave until this man did the worst, as far as beating her. It was bad. so bad. Like, she was hanging on a thread her life. Finally, she gets a call. Laura gets a call that her mother is in the hospital, isn't doing. Like I said, Laura gets a call that her mother is in the hospital, not doing too well. Laura goes to her mother and tells her mother, like, why do you continue to stay? Look what he's done to you. He's taken everything from you, and now he's trying to take you. And because her mother didn't have a relationship with God, she doesn't realize that because she took his free will, she basically binded herself to him as well. She kept telling her daughter, I don't understand why I love him. I don't understand. Everybody tells me to leave him, but I just can't do it. And Laura is like, well, talk to me. What's going on? What happened? Laura's mother has diarrhea of the mouth, tells her everything. Tells her how she went to go see a witch and kept seeing the witch every 6 months for years and years. Laura starts crying her eyes out. Laura runs to the pastor in the village after that conversation with her mother, tells the pastor everything. That's when the pastor breaks it down. The pastor says, everything makes sense. Because that woman, your mother took the will of this boy, your mother put her B-L-O-O-D in his food. And because you and your mother and your sister have the same B-L-O-O-D, not only did she bind herself to him, and because he is craving that B-L-O-O-D of hers, he started craving Laura's and Lily's. Spiritual, y'all. Spiritual. And the pastor was like, even though Logan is evil for what he has done to your mother, the way he's mistreated your mother, he's like, but your mother, she started all of this. She messed with his free will. She invited a spirit, a demon, to enter this man by doing the witchcraft she did. And this demon took advantage of all of you guys, the mother as well. Y'all, witchcraft is real. For y'all that do these love potions and wonder why your partner is possessive, controlling, it's because it's not your partner anymore. You've invited another spirit, another demon in him or her. Anyways, the pastor tells her, you need to forgive your mother. In order for you to continue healing, you need to let this go. She's like, I know it's going to break your heart, but you need to call her and tell her, I forgive you, and I'm following the Lord. If you want to follow the Lord with me, we can do this together. We can heal together. But if you want to continue the lifestyle you're living, I have to let you go. And at this point, the mother has become like an alcoholic, just isn't doing right. The mother has allowed a lot of things to happen. The mother was so in love with this guy that he was allowing him to bring other people into their relationships. Anyways, Laura calls the mom, tells the mom exactly that. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. I want you well. I want you in my life. Lily wants you in her life. We want you well. We want the mother we once had. But you have to let him go. It's him or us. And of course the mother picked him. And y'all, it wasn't 2 years later and the mother was gone. He finally did what he did to her. The demon within him took her out. Yeah. He took everything from her. And then took her life. Can I say that? Yeah. Yeah. Now, Laura's a big advocate for, TV, but she's also a strong woman of God. She goes around warning women about what witchcraft can do to your life and to your family. So for y'all to continue to do witchcraft, y'all going to be paying a big consequences. If not you, your kids, your family, I promise you they will. The Bible says it. God says that he will punish 4 generations to come. Stop it, and give your life to God because he loves you. Bye, y'all. I gotta go. I'm late.
So as you see, not only can witchcraft affect you in your life, but also your children, your children's children, etc. I don't think people think about that. It's like your karma will come back in some kind of way, whether it's you, whether it's your children, whether it's your children's children. You have to be careful with what you are doing, especially if you are causing the opposite effect of love, the lowest vibration, hate, harm, making people do something beyond their own free will. All of that is low vibrational. So you have to be careful, because karma might not come back in the way you think it is. It might come back in a way that affects other people down your bloodline. As a woman, I have been through heartache. I have been through all kind of stuff in my love life, but never ever will I think, let me go ahead and take this person's free will against them to make them want to be with me. That is not something that I ever will think about, want to think about, etc. You have to understand that you are what you attract. So if you are attracting like people who are low vibrational, who are using you, cheat on you, etc., there's something within you that you need to work on in order to attract better. Okay. And once you do the inner work, you will attract higher quality individuals. You don't have to put spells on them to do that. You should only want somebody who genuinely wants to be there anyways. So once you do that inner work, you raise your frequency and you are able to attract higher quality, higher frequency type of individuals. I do on my personal channel have a video of how I attracted my person now. It's called How I Attracted My Fiance. It's a pink thumbnail. It is on my personal channel. Again, that will be linked in the comments below. Just do it the right way. Please do not go to no witch to do it, okay? So another thing, last thing is, again, I respect everybody's opinions, views, whatever it is. However, just like I've said before in previous videos, be respectful of everybody else's spiritual / religious beliefs. Not everybody believes in the same thing you believe in. Not everybody practices the same things religiously that you practice. So be respectful of everybody else. Okay. So that is all I have, guys. Let me know what y'all think about this story. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I will see y'all in the next one.